In today's episode, we're going to talk about data-driven web applications, specifically mobile-friendly ones. And I think you'll find this really interesting because this is sort of a hybrid between a plugin, maybe a SaaS product, and even delves into the world of consulting. So let's get right to it.
If you are motivated to learn to code the 21st century web, from plugin products to micro SaaS, welcome to the Plugged Into Programming Show, with your host and professor, Jamie Rowe. Jamie is a computer engineer and solo founder of the WPPluginCollege.com. And now, over to you, Professor Jamie. Concepts.
Okay, we're on idea number 3, which is something I'm really excited about because it's something I've worked on for years in different types of development environments, but basically creating a data-driven mobile-friendly web application for clients, and of course based on WordPress as a framework with your plugin as the core of this system, this application. So let's jump into this one. This is kind of a hybrid as well. And we're going to take a look at it. So first of all, this is kind of a hybrid between consulting and SaaS, or software as a service. This could be something you create and provide, give to the client to run on their stuff, or you might be running it for them on your end. So you might have the infrastructure running it, your host, servers, etc. The other one is, I think this one, you're not going to start out on a really simple thing with this. This is going to be in the medium to high complexity range, again, depending on the customer requirements. And so that's something to keep in mind. And then this one, of course, could be a contract with a consulting fee, or if you lean towards the SaaS or software as a system type arrangement, it could be more of a subscription-based thing. So it's got some nuances to it, and we're going to take a look at the whole thing here. So let's see what our strengths are. So again, these strengths and weaknesses are under our control. Opportunities and threats are kind of external things. So let's look at this. Well, WordPress has lots of built-in data storage systems and functions. You know, it has the database functions. It has custom post types. There are options. There are all different things that you can do to store data and manipulate data. So that's definitely a strength. You have control over that. You have to have the skills for that, but there it is available to you. Yes, your custom plugin would be basically holding your business logic in there. So that is, you could do very complex things based on, using the WordPress as a framework with its built-in abilities, and then your custom ones. And then again, deploy to a client installation or supply as a custom SaaS running on your server. That's under your control as well, how you approach it. There's positives and negatives there, but that strength gives you the options. And let's look at the weaknesses. Well, you definitely are doing more complex things, so you have more dependence on the WordPress core and you might be using many other plugins. Let's say that people have to log into this, and you want to have a more robust user interface, and you don't want to create that yourself. You might use another plugin that already has those features in there, and you could be expanding, because of course a plugin can not just expand and enhance the WordPress core. It can also do the same on plugins that are well written and designed that way. So that means more system integration complexity, of course. So again, this is under your control because in a sense, you need to have those kinds of skills. And again, you're talking about data-driven type applications. This would be heavier on the database end and analytical skills. Again, that's something that you have to be aware of. This isn't going to be as simple as making a little utility plugin to sell or to put on the repo. So those are some of the internal things here. Now let's look at the external opportunities. There are corporate and government clients that have large budgets. This could be something where you're not just talking about hundreds of dollars or thousands. This could be tens of thousands of dollars to build something large. Apps, web apps, and especially mobile-friendly ones. I've seen things that are run into hundreds of thousands of dollars easily. So that's a big opportunity. It's something to be aware of. There are no code and low code possibilities with this because you could leverage third-party plugins if you have enough faith and understanding of how these function. Of course, you have access to the source code, so you can study them and maybe use hooks and filters inside those plugins to enhance and change the way that they function. And you could utilize them to build an application, and you don't even have to hardly do any programming yourself. You could just configure things. So that's your no code or low code possibility there. Another thing is, because there's so many different built-in features and different plugins, and you can program your own, this does support more of a rapid application development scheme. So that is really interesting when you're working with clients. You can go from a prototype to a production thing and be very agile in terms of your ability to deliver a product to someone. Now, one of the threats, again, we're talking about open source stuff here, so you're putting a lot of investment into business logic and data handling and analysis and so on, display of data and so on. But if you are distributing this, your source code will be exposed to the client at a minimum. But if you decide to deliver this as a SaaS, software as a service, then that runs on your side and you could have less of it exposed. So those are just some things to keep in mind when you're looking at more of a data-driven web application as a product or a basis for a business.
Coaching.
I wanted to just say a few words to encourage you to keep thinking outside of the box. It's so easy to get so focused that there's only one type of product or service or something that you can perform, where in reality, the lines are really blurred, especially in the open source and WordPress worlds out there. We're dealing with software that, for all intents and purposes, is freely distributed. And that has challenges to it. But there are so many creative people and so many cool little startups and companies out there that are founded by people just like you that have found their niche, their part of the world, and they are successful because they are giving value to people. That value may come not just in the form of some software that you're programming, it comes in the value of the support that you're giving, the documentation, the graphical interface, the experience for the user. Maybe it's your help videos or your YouTube channel or whatever it is. It's something that you are bringing from inside of you and projecting out into through your product and your services out to the greater world. So I just wanted to give you some encouragement to try to think outside of the box. Don't get just so focused that there's only a plugin product or there's only a SaaS in your bailiwick, so to speak. Let's think that you are providing value and service to others And that's going to lead the way forward into a successful product for people that they feel is actually made for them, is going to help them, and that is the way towards success. So good luck with your ventures this week, and look forward to talking to you soon.
To join our conversation and get the show notes, please visit us at thewplugincollege.com.